Hello friends. Everyone knows that securing Cunningham's commitment was epic. It was a professional turnaround for the team. However, there has been an aggressive push by rivals for this guy, and how does this work? Have you been following? Let's get to the news. The movement around Caleb Cunningham, a five-star commit from Alabama, highlights the intensity and dynamism of college football recruiting, especially when talented players like him draw interest from rival programs. Cunningham's commitment to Alabama is undeniable and reinforces the influence of the new coaching staff under Kalen DeBoer and co-offensive coordinator Jamarcus Shepard, but the recent push by Ole Miss and its coach, Lane Kiffin, puts a hint of suspense in this trajectory. Cunningham, who is currently committed to Alabama, is the target of an aggressive push by Kiffin's staff, which is looking to lure the young star to a program that has excelled both on and off the field. Ole Miss' strategy is clear: make each visit to campus an unforgettable experience for Cunningham. The vibrant atmosphere and the close relationship Cunningham has with the Rebels coaching staff make this visit a true test of his loyalty to Alabama. Could it be? O3's head of recruiting Josh Newberg suggests that Ole Miss represents the biggest challenge for Alabama in keeping Cunningham in Tuscaloosa. That comment is no coincidence, as the talented wide receiver not only considers the Rebels a second home, but also maintains close ties that sources say are reinforced by the presence of his family in Oxford, something that is rare on other visits. The continuation of these visits, even with Cunningham affirming his commitment to Alabama, brings a dose of uncertainty about the young player's future, and the weight of the relationship with Ole Miss is something the Alabama coaching staff cannot underestimate. However, it's important to remember the role Jamarcus Shepard played in Cunningham's decision to join Alabama in the first place. Shepard's ability to create an environment that extends beyond the field, providing players with a sense of belonging and growth, was a key factor in Cunningham's commitment in July. He praised not only Shepard's coaching style but also the vision of head coach Kalen DeBoer, demonstrating confidence in a new era for the Crimson Tide. Cunningham believes the Alabama program, under DeBoer's leadership, is poised to continue its winning ways, and that's something that seems to be ingrained in his future expectations. For Alabama, losing Cunningham now would be a blow, especially at a time when the program is looking to solidify its position with new, high-level talent. The recruiting landscape has never been more competitive, and Ole Miss is willing to invest heavily to upset Cunningham's decision. But while visits to the Rebels may raise questions, Cunningham's initial commitment to Alabama was built on a solid foundation, built on trust and a vision of a promising future with Shepard and DeBoer. The Crimson Tide should maintain faith that those ties will still be enough to ensure that one of the next generation's most promising receivers will keep his word and help lead Alabama to new glory. Cunningham's eventual decision is still up in the air, but Alabama will certainly go to great lengths to ensure that he remains loyal to the team. This episode highlights just how competitive the recruiting scene has become, but the Crimson Tide are confident that Cunningham's loyalty will pay off on the field, where he can become a key player in the quest for championships under the new Kalen DeBoer era. What do you think? At the end of the video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And Bama is a recruiting whip too, check this out. Alabama's recent recruiting coup by flipping the commitment of four-star tight end Marshall Pritchett from North Carolina is a significant milestone for Kalen DeBoer's program, further strengthening the talented 2025 class. Pritchett is not only an impressively sized prospect, but also a standout athlete, ranked as the number 22 tight end in the 2025 class and the number 404 overall player by 247 Sports Composite. Pritchett's decision, announced on social media, reflects a clear desire to be part of the competitive, talent-building environment in Tuscaloosa, with the goal of honing his skills and potentially making an immediate impact on the Crimson Tide's offense. For Alabama, this twist is especially significant. Pritchett, whose background includes a strong high school record with 46 receptions for 674 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2023, is exactly the type of player with a high IQ who would be a good fit for Alabama's offensive system, offering versatility on the field. His family history, with father Wes Pritchett having played for Notre Dame and time in the NFL, adds a heritage component to his talent, suggesting an athlete with not only physical, but also mental and strategic preparation. 247 Sports Scouting Director Andrew Ivins highlighted Pritchett's ability to take advantage of zone coverage, his competitiveness in catch-and-run situations and his willingness as a blocker, which make him a potential mismatch for opposing defenses. While he still needs physical development to master the tight end role, he already projects as a strategic player with the ability to line up on the wing or in the slot. Alabama's 2025 class, now ranked number 2 nationally, demonstrates the program's commitment to securing an elite group of recruits. The addition of Pritchett as the 23rd commit solidifies the foundation for the Crimson Tide's future, showing that the program is not only competing with the best, but also winning strategic recruiting battles. Pritchett's move from North Carolina to Alabama also sends a clear message to SEC rivals in the nation: Alabama remains one of the most desirable destinations for rising talent. Pritchett signaled his excitement and desire to join the team in January, noting that the decision came after much thought and prayer. That enthusiasm reflects his confidence in the program and DeBoer's plans for its development. For Alabama, Pritchett represents an important piece of the offense for the foreseeable future and a potential difference-maker on the field. As the Tide prepares to compete at the highest level, acquisitions like Pritchett show that the program remains committed to maintaining its tradition of excellence and building a team that can compete in any circumstance, leveraging talent and development to the fullest. And on we go. Nick Saban's retirement left the Alabama football program in a vulnerable position, and athletics director Greg Byrne faced one of the most challenging times of his career. With Saban's departure in January, the transfer portal became an immediate threat to the Crimson Tide's roster as major rival programs attempted to lure elite players away from Tuscaloosa. Byrne revealed that it got to the point where coaches from other teams were physically traveling to Tuscaloosa, encouraging players to explore the transfer portal. In an interview with the Paul Feinbaum Show, Byrne recounted the urgency and intensity of the early days following Saban's retirement. Without a new head coach, the risk of losing key talent was real, with other programs circling like hawks, as Byrne described it. The pressure to protect the roster and quickly find a replacement was immense. Byrne, in a direct request to his players, asked them to wait 72 hours to evaluate their future before making any decisions about transfers. This move was largely an effort to stem the exodus of talent that was threatening the stability of the program. While some players decided to pursue new opportunities, the majority demonstrated resilience and loyalty to Alabama by remaining with the program until Byrne could secure a new coach. Byrne mentioned key players such as Jalen Milroe, Malachi Moore, and Tyler Booker who stepped up to take on leadership roles, helping to keep the program together during a time of uncertainty. Their approach was a reflection of the cultures Saban had cultivated throughout his tenure, a culture of resilience and commitment that proved crucial during this time of transition. When Byrne finally announced the hiring of Kalen DeBoer, the program quickly regained confidence. DeBoer's arrival brought a new lease of life to the Crimson Tide as he and the staff worked to maintain and regain the trust of the players. Byrne's decision and the loyalty of the players have laid the foundation for what could be a new era in Alabama football, with a renewed spirit and continuity that will allow the program to not only survive Saban's retirement, but thrive in pursuit of more championships. This challenging transition not only reinforces the importance of strong leadership and a dedicated roster, but also shows that Alabama remains one of the most sought-after destinations in college football. The loyalty of the players and the resilience of Byrne's administration have sent a powerful message to its rivals. Alabama is determined to remain strong and focused, even with changes in leadership, and maintain its position as a powerhouse in college football. Greg Byrne also shared with Kalen DeBoer about the program's discipline, a topic that has gained attention as the team faces challenges on the field. Byrne, who has revealed his practice of reading only 2 articles per week about Alabama football, addressed the topic of discipline on the Paul Feinbaum Show, noting that while the Crimson Tide has faced a significant number of penalties this season, efforts to correct course are ongoing. Byrne offered insight into DeBoer's approach to discipline when he recounted a scene he witnessed during a morning practice. At 6 a.m. on a Monday, he found a player doing extra drills as a result of a poor call in Saturday's game. This example, Byrne said, reflects DeBoer's focus on discipline and accountability. Rather than turn this moment into publicity, the program prefers to keep accountability an internal process, focused on growing the players and building a strong culture. The start of the DeBoer era at Alabama has not been easy. The team is experiencing a scenario that has not occurred before November since Nick Saban's first season in 2007. With an average of 8.86 penalties per game, the Crimson Tide is among the most penalized teams in the country this season, ranking 5th in total penalties. This scenario has highlighted the need for adjustments, and Byrne expressed confidence in the work of DeBoer and his staff to correct these errors consistently and effectively. DeBoer, according to Byrne, has shown himself to be relentless in his pursuit of weekly improvements. The athletics director noted that, in previous seasons, Alabama also faced difficulties at times, but, with disciplined and structured work, managed to improve. This trajectory gives Byrne confidence that the team will continue to advance with discipline and focus, reinforcing the structure that Saban established and that DeBoer is now shaping in his own way. DeBoer's commitment to discipline and continuous improvement means that even in challenging times, the Crimson Tide is not straying from its pursuit of excellence, and we are moving forward to get better and better. I want to hear your thoughts now. Leave a comment.